The following Let's Play has been rated perfectly fine to watch. Any attempts to break the game are for entertainment value only. However, if any typos happen to be found... Mwahaha! Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! Why yes I did have to use the WTF mates gag again. Of course, any of you who watched the original Let's Play of this game probably already saw it coming, so I decided to mix things up a bit and use that screen cap from Sonic Adventure. In case you're wondering, that moment comes from fairly early on in the game when Tails shows Sonic a Chaos Emerald. As for the bonus you get for collecting all 34 trophies in Jester's Hunt, yeah, I've been planning on showing that from the start, I just didn't have time last time. In fact, I even recorded it during my original Let's Play, but I decided to edit it out because I figured by not showing it, it would give people an incentive to try the game themselves. However, at this point, that Let's Play is 5 years old, and Jester's Hunt itself is over 10 years old. So I think it's safe to say that anybody who wants to play the game and see the bonus for themselves probably already has, and so let us go ahead and watch the bonus. Oh boy! I hope you enjoyed that show. Yes, I did. Oh my goodness, I had a lot more bloopers in there than I remembered. And I was going to say at the end of it, man, this didn't last long enough, but that definitely lasted long enough. I was chuckling. I edited out my chuckling because of the reading dialogue out loud, editing that part out thing. Especially during this. Reading the dialogue out loud probably would have made the jokes worse because my voice. But yeah. If you want to see it again, just talk to me. Oh, yay, I can actually go through this again. Good, because I actually want to be able to explain some things. Let me grab my original notes. I actually haven't looked at my notes for the bloopers section yet because I wanted to see if any of these bloopers would surprise me, and some of them have. I definitely forgot about a few of them. Like the sandcastle one, totally forgot that one was there. That reminds me, there was actually a bug with this once. You actually gave him your last trophy, and then you couldn't watch it again. Which is unfortunate. So, obviously we got this one here where we're back at the beginning of the game and they don't get the right sound effect for the doorbell. And this is like the running gag of the thing. Alright, so here we have Mr. Knight killing Jester in actuality. This blooper plays regardless of whether you choose to kill Jester or not at the beginning of the game. First off, I'm sorry if I'm skipping over some of these in editing. If I don't have anything to say about a specific blooper, I'm not going to say anything, or I'm not going to leave it in, because that would be a waste of time. I kind of do have something to say about this particular blooper here, but it would kind of be a spoiler, so I'm not going to say anything about it just yet. This is one of them where I was definitely chuckling, though. Especially that. And this is how I know that this enemy is called the Bad Angel, because it's one of like 2 enemies in the entire game. No wait, 3 enemies in the entire game in which is actually named within the game itself. And then we have this one. So this is something I haven't explained yet in the game, but whenever you encounter a trophy, the majority of them are kind of facing random direction, and that is because I place invisible events around them. Surround them with invisible events so that they can... And I have them sent to wander randomly, and since they're surrounded by invisible events, it's like they're bumping into walls all the time. And this is to create the illusion of them like spinning around like items would do in most collectathon games. So that's basically the joke here. Even if you don't know how the trophies are kept still to look around, this is still a funny gag. Hey, remember how I said there was a pirate up there, but I would explain why later? That's why there's a pirate up there. To make this gag more funny. What doesn't make this gag more funny is the director. I think I used the director in these bloopers a little too often. There's a few bloopers where I think it would have been funnier had he just not been there to add a comment. For example, this one. This comment is not needed. It would have been funny enough without him making a comment. "78 possible sound effects in RPG Maker." That is absolutely true. Now you can of course change the pitch of sound effects. I don't know if you can change the volume, but you can definitely change the pitch of them. By the way, remember that number. Now this dialogue right here. This is changed dialogue during one of the version updates of Jester's Hunt. Originally he was like... The flame spitting out interrupted him mid-sentence, and whenever I changed that scene during gameplay, I also had to change the dialogue during this scene. Which was complicated because technically this scene right here took place on a separate memory card. So I had to change it on 2 separate memory cards. Alright, if you have not watched a Bugs Bunny cartoon... a very specific Bugs Bunny cartoon, then you would not get this joke. But it's a joke in which like Daffy is trying to blow up Bugs Bunny, and he can't get those last 2 notes right, and so fed up with it, Daffy comes over and shows Bugs how to play the song right, but as a result, Daffy gets exploded instead. It's not a funny joke if you have to explain it, is it? This one made me laugh pretty good, and that's all I got to say on that. I imagine this voice to be the same voice of the self-destruct button in Spaceballs. Take 78. As a reminder, RPG Maker has 78 sound effects, and so it's implied here that we have gone through every sound effect trying to find that bell, and it happens to be the one sound effect we haven't tried yet. And also, there was one blooper that didn't actually make it into the game. That's kind of interesting information right there. Let's see, one of the bloopers that I was planning was Fall Through the Clouds. The idea being that right after entering Cloud 9, Mr. Knight would step off the entrance and then just fall through the cloud. Not entirely sure why I didn't keep that one. By the way, if I remade this game, I would totally insert a few new bloopers, and also fix the director issue. Wow. So now we have seen our reward for getting all the trophies in the game. 34 trophies isn't a lot of trophies, but it's definitely a lot. Wait, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that again? 34 trophies isn't a lot of trophies, but it's definitely a lot. You know, something I'm kind of curious about, I'm gonna have to think about this, but I wonder if it's possible to unlock this secret without collecting all the trophies in the game. It might actually be. Because I'm pretty sure in order to unlock Space World, you need 6 trophies. So there's the 6 trophies. But then again, that doesn't include the trophies in here. I'm gonna have to think about this. I'll edit in whether it might actually be possible to see that secret, see the bonus without getting all 34 trophies. No, seriously, why can't I use Birdwatch on you? Anyway, as for the reward you get for collecting all 300 tokens, I'll be showing that off next time. But before we end this episode, we are almost at the end of the game. Next episode, we end the game. And yet, we don't know who the main villain is, or if there even is a main villain. And so, I decided to play a little bit of a game with you all. We are going to try to figure out who the final boss might be. Or rather, you guys are going to figure out who the final boss might be, because I already know how the game ends. I'm going to give you guys a few possible choices, and I'll let you guys figure out who it might be. And if you already know what the answer is, please don't post spoilers. So, let me think. I suppose the final boss could be Earthrotter. I mean, we met him once in Lucky Woods, and then we met him again in Cloud 9. And when we last left him there, he was just a head on the floor and vowed revenge should any idiot happen to come along and put him back together. On the other hand, the final boss could be King Heck. I mean, we only fought him the one time, but just like with Earthrotter, he vowed revenge. I mean, he blew up after that, but still. You know what, though? Maybe there isn't a final boss. Or maybe we already fought the final boss. Maybe Alien was the final boss, because fighting Alien provided closure for the whole big subplot about Monkey and Zone and their friends. Then again, there must be something behind that final door. Maybe the final boss is someone we haven't met yet. Maybe the final boss is someone so sinister and so powerful that we're in for one heck of an epic fight. Or the final boss could just be Jester. I mean, these are his trophies we're collecting. No, wait, that makes no sense. Well, whatever. Next time, we're going to find out stuff. See you then.